Today we're going to rate some good old-fashioned custom Magic the Gathering cards. Fresh off the plate here, we got Goblin Gaslighter. It's a red 0/2. Don't listen to anything they say. They might change your mind. Maybe it's a Goblin Rogue Advisor. Oh, of course. The Advisor's always the Gaslighters. Now, at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, choose one. If you haven't played any lands, you haven't played any lands this turn. Choose a card name. You haven't cast a spell with that name this turn. Other target permanent hasn't had an ability trigger this turn. Were we telling them what hasn't actually ever happened before? At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, choose one. But, like, what does this mean? Like, I'm telling my opponent to do something illegal? I don't get it. This is just a very, very bizarre card. But it's a very funny card. So, you know, we can give it that. It's got funniness to it. Very flavorful. Probably someone at the table always who's gaslighting somebody else, that's for sure. All right, next up, we've got Time Recall. It's blue instant. Cast this spell only if it's an extra turn. Target player draws 3 cards. That actually is adding a lot of insult to injury. So not only is the situation pretty bad, your opponent is getting extra turns. They're also getting Ancestral Recall off of it. But at the same time, like, is that really supremely broken? It's hard enough to get an extra turn out of this game as it is. And then if you don't have an extra turn, this is literally just a dead card in your hand. Cast this spell only if it's an extra turn, and it's also at instant speed. And it's Time Recall. Yeah, only when we go back in time do I remember things better when I go back in time, of course. If only I could go back in time. With all the knowledge that I have today, it would be quite a difference, wouldn't it? I say this is not broken. It's safe until proven otherwise. Okay, next up. We got Flage and Phage. This is a dynamic duo waiting ever since Phage came into existence. It's a double black, white, red. Death Touch and Lifelink. So if anyone that doesn't know, Phage is the card, it deals damage to you, and it is absolute instant death. But also, Flage is a lightning helix on a Titan. So when Flage and Phage enter the battlefield, you lose the game unless it escaped. Oh my goodness! And then when Flage and Phage enters the battlefield or attacks, so we have to dump this in the graveyard before we basically can't cast this, period. So no casting it from hand, no casting it from the command zone. It's not even a legendary creature. When Flage and Phage enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to any target. Whenever Flage and Phage deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. And also escape for double black, white, white, red, red. It's got Commander Channel. For black, black, white, and a red, discard Flage and Phage from your hand or put it into your graveyard from the command zone. It deals 3 damage to any target. It's very flavorful. It's a flavor. This Phage is back and brought a friend, and it's Flage. That is the team that we've always been waiting for. Brawly Shadow says, if I could go back in time, I would buy Bitcoin. I would too. Or I guess that would be less you could buy Bitcoin over and over and over again, but you can't win the lottery over and over and over again. Someone would like the world would get really, really sus. How does this guy keep winning the lottery? Must be a time traveler. Well, it looks like there's only one other possible explanation. It's time travel. Well, if I could go back in time and invent the Flage and Phage, I probably wouldn't, but I guess this is fair. Is it fair? Discard, yeah, I think 4 mana, dump into the graveyard, escape for 6. It's a lot of fun, but at the same time, it's not broken. Riches of the Earth. Okay, sorcery, affinity for basic mountains. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each basic mountain you control. Create 3 tap treasure tokens. It's good to be the Dwarf King. Okay. Okay then. What? I don't get the point of this card. Riches of the Earth. So basically, we're just converting some mount. It's like red ramp in some capacity. So we have 4 basic mountains out. We pay a red, and we create 3 tap treasure tokens. We can't use right now. You gotta tap them treasure tokens. And, yeah, so basically we're just waiting a turn. Is this something red wants? Is this the red ritual that everyone's been waiting for? It's good to be the Dwarf King. Alright. I don't think it's broken, in my opinion. Toilet Duck says, the fun thing to do, actual fun may vary. Say flage and phage 5 times fast. If you like tongue twisters, if you want to show off your tongue twister defeating abilities, you absolutely could do that. Okay, Super Chat's rolling in. First off was Majra. Draken Part 8. So many parts. Draken Part 8. Sorry, I was sleeping last. Oh, hold on. This is a series. We have to. Okay, we're going to do that in the second half. Series for second half. But we can go to Will Anderson. Bardic Jester. Ha! Gesturing. That was Netflix back in the day. You know, the king, they would call out the jester to be entertained. And you gotta entertain in different ways. That's what that was the role of the jester. Okay, we have a green Izzet of a 1/3 human bard. Tap, change the text of target sorcery spell to you gain X life, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast the spell. Draw a card. Change the text of target sorcery spell? So, like, what? You just lock out all sorceries with this thing? That seems absolutely obnoxious. All sorceries. Hold on, target spell, and it's anybody's. The amount of mana to spent to cast. Converting all your sounds of woe into, hey, Nani. William Shakespeare, 12th Night. I don't know the reference. This seems like a really unfun card to play against, to be honest. Because you just take all the... If someone plays a sorcery, well, I'm sorry, you just gain X life, equal the amount of mana to play the spell. Basically, so long as Bardic Jester is on the battlefield, sorceries are banned. Absolutely banned. Bolt the Bard, bolt it fast. At least you can bolt it. If you try to do something, if you try to sorcery it down, it won't work. It'll just tap and protect itself. Thou art a standing toque. Sounds like a mix of Shakespeare and Lord of the Rings. Fool of a toque. You can do this turn 2. Seems broken. Well, it's got summoning sickness. I mean, I'll give it that. But it's... What do you guys think? Is like a 2-mana 1/3 that can change, basically turns one person's source. Like, no one's gonna want to play into this thing. Are you afraid of, like, sweepers? Is this like a means of finally beating Farewell? Oh, sorry, Farewell. It's, you know what? It's hard to say that this is broken. It literally converts sorceries into life gain. The turn 2 comment was for the red ramp. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I understand. Maj was like, I think it's fine. Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be annoying. It's doable. So I'll tell you what, like, is it broken? No. Is it, like, super unfun? Yes, absolutely it is. I think this is, like, this is awful. I would never want to play against this card. All my sorceries are dead. All right, next up. We've got the Paranoid Rat. For Rakdos, it's a 2/1 Rat Rogue. When Paranoid Rat enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target opponent or planeswalker equal to the number of cards you've discarded this turn. Oh, and it's got Madness. It's a 2/1 for 1 mana in Rakdos. You can, like, the more you discard, the more you punch your opponent in the face. Get your Wheel of Fortune on. Oh my god. I think that's how this is meant to be played. You do a good old Wheel of Fortune into your Paranoid Rat. I love the name, too. It's Paranoid. It's going crazy, all right? Listen, the government is after me. They're poisoning my water. That's why I don't drink from the tap. I drink straight from the sewer. They haven't gotten to the sewer yet. The sewer water is... Actually, that doesn't make any sense. Tap water goes to the sewer. Cool card, cool flavor. I like the crazy look in its eye. Cool card all around. Next up, Brawly Shadow with the Guardsman. Who are we guarding around today? Seems like a regular old card, no flavor custom card, Brawly Shadow. Are you sick? Did something happen? It's okay. We got a white 1 generic 2/1 human soldier with flash. Squad 2. Or is it, oh, is this like a 40k card? I don't know. Wherever the reference is to this, I have no idea where it is. Squad 2. It's additional cost to cast this spell. You may pay 2 any number of times. And it comes when it enters the battlefield. Create that many tokens that are copies of it. Guardsmen can block an additional creature. Wow. After all, they're guarding after all. They can take on 2 people at once. They've been trained in the art of defense, I suppose. And they'll show up out of nowhere with flash. This is a perfectly reasonable card. Also, it's not very good at blocking. I mean, it can block the creatures, but it's just going to die miserably. It's just a 2/1 creature. Just blow away in the wind. Squad, yeah, I mean, yeah, so I thought maybe it's a squad card, but you look in the background, you think that's Warhammer 40k material? That looks like something out of, what was that movie? Russell Crowe. What was it? No, it's not the Emperor. It's the opposite of that. It's the opposite. But it took place in the Roman Empire. Gladiator. That's what it is. I was thinking of Gladiator. I hope I got my history at least relatively well. You know, the people have commented, Nikachu, you don't know anything about Rome and Greece. Why are you mixing those two up, you idiot? There's feudal worlds and Imperium. Okay, I hope so. They also added it to that one Raider card in Fallout, so it's pretty much a universe beyond ability. Good. And Brawly Shadow says, just experimenting with Squad and Replicate this week. I think it's good. You surprise people out of nowhere and make a huge gang block. Okay, back to the main show, the freebie section. We got Taste Test. We go to McDonald's. Yeah, I would like to taste test your fries, please. Just see if these fries, are salty enough. It's a red 1 generic sorcery. Destroy target artifact. If this artifact was a food, gain 3 life. Banger flavor. So basically, it's artifact destruction, but if it so happens to be a food, I get the benefit out of it. Do you know what's I don't mind sharing food if people ask in advance, but if I buy food for myself, okay, you can have like 1 fry. But you start like taking the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, get out of here, but buy your own fries. Those are my fries around here. Super flavorful ship. We have to have it. We need a bonus sound effect for flavor. I don't know how to do it, but we do need it. We need it badly. Okay, next up, we got Gabrielle. Nikachu. The card I have for this session is Lieslot and Hiddelgard. Wanted to make it strong, but not too easy to just reanimate for value. Okay, we got Lieslot. And the Hildegard. Oh, so these are both together. It is a black-white 5 generic 4/4 Cabernet Noble. It's got first strike and vigilance. Sacrifice an enchantment. Choose one that hasn't been chosen yet. You can destroy target non-land permanent. Creatures you control gain protection from spells and abilities until end of turn. Exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. They lose life equal to its mana value. Well, let me tell you what, Gabrielle. For 7 mana, you can have this card do whatever you want. I think it's very strong. I think it's very strong, but for 7 mana, I think it always should be strong anyway. Very nice card. Very versatile. So, but you need to make enchantments. I guess the idea is you play an enchantment deck that also, like, gets card draw out of it. Sort of sucks that this is an Orzhov, because I think the green players would absolutely love this thing. Got Splash! Got Splash for a reason. All right, back to the freebie section. Helgen, the mountain shelter. Tapped out a red mana. It's got, what the hell is this? It's got battle? Do we give this to somebody? Any player can attack or defend a shelter. When it's defended, when it's defeated, exile it. Humans and dragons you control have +1/+0 and a menace. Are we giving this to somebody? I'm a little confused how this card is supposed to work. See, the battles, you cast it, you give it to somebody, you attack it. So, oh, I think I understand what this is. So this is going to be yours. I think it's going to be yours. And you're going to put it into a humans or dragon deck. You're going to have the buff. You're going to have the +1/+0. But you have to defend the crap out of it, which we're probably not going to do. And other people, they're going to attack you. And if they beat it, they get Troy, the Plains Shelter land. What the hell? Oh no, is this a cycle? What happens to the... What's the flip side of this thing? Or does it keep flipping? I don't think it flips into anything. So when it's defeated, exile. Oh, it just get exiled? That's it? I thought there's another side to this. I feel so let down. So let down. Majra's like, there is no other side. Damn. I thought the grass was greener on the other side. I'm so incredibly disappointed. Okay, back to pay to win around here. Brawly Shadow with Thought Police. Thank you so much. Thought Police. You're thinking wrong around here. Okay, we have a 2-mana 1/2 human detective. It's got squad 2 again. When Thought Police enters or dies, each player mills 2. Sounds like I mean I guess it's flavorful. You know, they're policing your library. It's not even doing that. It's like it's at random. Like whatever goes to the graveyard, it's like you just lost your train of thought for whatever you're doing on at the time. Very, very easy pass. Probably could be like a 2/2 creature. 1/2 seems like very, very underpowered. Okay, next up. Preview section. We got the center of attention around here. Blue 2 generic 1/3. I also like to be the center of attention myself. I laugh sometimes at the discourse about content creators trying to get attention. That's our job. It's all about trying to get attention. If you're not getting attention, well, you sort of suck as becoming a content creator, or you just enjoy getting 10 views all the time. So yeah, blue 2 generic 1/3 elemental incarnation, flash. When center of attention enters, change the target of target spell or ability to center of attention. Oh God. I don't want to be the target of a spell or ability. Evoke, exile a blue card from your hand. It's very interesting. It says like a misdirection on a creature. I like this. Big fan of misdirection. They could have had this in Modern Horizons 3. I can wait for Modern Horizons 4 to create this type of thing. Nobody said they were good at their job. Anyway, just, you know, throwing shade at the people complaining that content creators are trying to get attention. It's the whole deal. That's the name of the game around here. Anti-scam card? I don't think it works against scam, because scam, like when they scam you, they're scamming your hand. It's not going to scam center of attention. Change the target of target spell or ability. I mean, you can like change the target of a Bowmasters. You could do that, I guess. Change the target of a Fatal Push, a Lightning Bolt. But yeah, I like it. I'm a super huge fan. Next super chat we got from Toads. Okay. I love Yeti as much as Serrels. I assume it's only one L. The post is, I forgot to make a title. I forgot to make a title. Is it going to come up? It worked! It's the Pillsbury Doughboy! Very, very doughy indeed. Or it's that thing from Ghostbusters. Naked. It doesn't have the blue collar on and no chef hat. Take your choice. Okay, it's an X star. It's a legendary it's a legendary sorcery snow. Create a Yeti with power and toughness equal to the amount of snow mana used to cast the spell. This templating is awful. Why is it a sorcery yet it has power and toughness over here? It's just, you just have nothing. Why scred when you can shred? Carblusan youth saying. I like that. Why scred when we can shred? This would be perfect, except you have the templating here wrong. It just should not have. You just have create a Yeti creature token with power and toughness, each equal to the amount of snow mana used to cast this spell. That's it. That's all you have to do. And you know what? You can have that card. 100%. It's like Endless One, except it's a snow Yeti. And you could probably flash this back with Snapcaster Mage. Should it be red? I don't know. Maybe. Why red? Because it's in the mountains. The Yeti lives in the mountains. The only Yeti I know is from Ski Free, the old, super old computer video game. If you know Ski Free, you let me know in the comment section below. I was terrible at that game. I wish I was better. I was much better at Jazz Ball. Loved that game. It was Jazz Ball Savant. Okay, next up, we've got... What is Christopher B doing out here? Write your own story for a blue 1 generic. It's an enchantment. It's a saga. Chapter 1 to 4. Remove an age... Sorry, 1 to 5. 5 chapters? What are you, nuts? Return target saga card. So, and remove an age counter from a permanent you control. 4. Okay, whoa, so this is 1 to 5. This is 6? Return target saga card or card with commutative upkeep from your graveyard to your hand. This card is absolute. This is too many sagas. Oh, this thing goes on for forever. Look, I struck somebody. Darkstar Ashura, they know Ski Free. They saw that Yeti, and it was coming after them. Like a wild raccoon. Okay, Monster Slayer. We have a white 1/1 human warrior with Death Touch against red. I like that. We have to bring the old hate cards back. We need cards that are specifically better versus certain color types. You should be punished for playing green, blue, black, or white. Punished. They just don't do that anymore. Now it's so generic. It's like target, like destroy everything. Like Leyline Binding, remove anything off the battlefield. Pick your poison. Target player sacrifices artifact, enchantment, or flying creature. That's just ridiculous. I want the good old-fashioned blue elemental blast. We need the Monster Slayer. 100% pass. It's not even that good. Most of the Magic Yetis are blue, red, or green. That is weird. So not white. Okay. Next up, we've got Darkstar Ashura's Castle Teepees? Tappies? Teeps? Castle Teepees. Or Teeps? I don't know how to pronounce this thing. Okay, we got a legendary land, though. It's legendary. Tapped out a colorless mana. Tap, pay 3 life, add 1 mana of any color, and spend this mana only to cast night spawn spells. Ah, yes, the night spawns. What is it? Basically anything Halloween-like, right? It's like, what is it? Vampires, ghouls, skeletons, bats, something to that effect. See, I've remembered your mechanic. Okay, it is... Oh, you think it sounds like steps? Taps? Castle taps? Okay, we can pay 3 life. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana, only cast the night spawn spells. Pay 6 life. That's a lot of life here. Add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast night spawn spells. Alright, so basically we're tapping for 1 mana. We're tapping for 2 for his stupid amount of life. For your we have bats, demons, horrors, nightmares, skeletons, vampires, zombies, are all night spawn. Spawn of the night. Tepesh for pronunciation. Well, I was never guessing that. That's for sure. Okay, it's got a pass on the card, but like I failed the pronunciation. I got an F in English. Okay, Angelic Agency. This is a white 1 generic instant. The next time a creature you control would be put into a graveyard from the battlefield this turn, it phases out instead. Oh no! Next time a creature you control. So ETB, it just disappears. Then create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. The next time... Oh, it's just an instant. It's a one... Why is this any good? Why would anyone want this? The next time a creature you control would be put into a graveyard. Oh, I see. It's in response to, like, a board wipe. Shouldn't it also say, like, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying for each creature phased out this way? Yeah, from graveyard, it phases out instant. Right? A creature. I think it should just be worded a little bit differently, but I get it. It's like, in response to Sweeper, I've got an angel army. 4/4 fly for 2 mana. Yeah, let's go! Angelic Agency. But only in response to board wipes. So basically, it might upgrade some of your creatures that die. It might downgrade some of them. Next up, Super Chats. Let's take one. I'm gonna get from all of you. I'm gonna grab one from Shadow Walker. The Meowskers. I'm looking for this one. Sounds like a cat. Meow. That's right. Shaggy Console. Oh, it's Meowsker, but I found it. MTG version of an SV card? Okay, we got Meowskers. Shaggy Console, white, 3 generic, 2/1. It's a Natura cat. It's got a suspend for a white. So, oh, you can get it. Isn't it, like, just strictly better to pay the suspend? It's, like, coming out in, like, 3 turns. So that's, like, a little off balance, don't you think? Like, normally the suspend is somewhat equal to the mana cost in terms of, like, the time you wait for it to, you know, get cast. Whatever, okay. When it enters the battlefield, if it was cast from your hand, untap, add 3 mana of any color, and put 2 +1/+1 counters on Meowskers, then deal 2 damage to a creature and opponent controls. When Meowskers dies, create a Nadaran World Tree. How broken is this card? So basically, I also don't think it needs haste. By the way, I think that's redundant. I think all the suspend cards come off with effectively haste anyway. Yeah, haste and suspend? Is that super haste? To be honest, that is not intuitive. Like, when I first faced a suspend creature, I had no idea it was going to attack the turn that entered the battlefield. I had, like, no idea. It's like, it's not like it says on the cards. It entered the battlefield. Like, it was exiled this entire time. Wait, if a card from exile enters the battlefield, does it have haste? No, it doesn't. So, like, I don't know why. It should, all the suspend creatures should say haste on it, in my opinion. So don't feel bad that it wasn't intuitive. It wasn't for me. If it was so if it was cast from your hand, you get the entire benefit. And when it dies, okay, we make a world tree. Simple enough. The Nadaran World Tree. When Nadaran World Tree dies, draw a card. I didn't even know it can't, but it can't die. So you mean when it goes to the graveyard, draw a card. There, I fixed it. I like that value. Aside from its first suspend cost, oh, it's only a 2/1. Here's the battlefield if it was cast from your hand, so it's only a 2/1 for 1 mana. Okay, I can get behind this. 100% pass. I like it. Dies a shorthand from the battlefield to graveyard. Oh, is that? I understand that, but that's an art. It's an artifact. Do they say dies on artifact now? Is literally an artifact. I've never seen an artifact that says dies on it. Trees can die, I guess. Trees can die if they're creatures. It could be an artifact. It could be a legendary creature. The irony is that they did, why they did that in the first place. Intuition in playtesting at the time stated it was more sensible to attack after waiting. Yeah, I'm sure of it. They only put dies on creatures, but by rules they are considered dying. Not in my... This is poorly templated, all right? But it's not, but I get the idea. I understand. Like, the idea is fine. It just needs to be, it says when it goes to the graveyard, draw a card. Or maybe it's a flavor. I don't know. Maybe it was for flavor. Maybe we have to think. We will feel for the Neterin World Tree if we say that it died, not went to the graveyard. That's not doing it justice. All right, we love our custom Magic the Gathering cards. We also love our real cards, and that's why today's sponsor is FusionGamingOnline.com. My place to buy all my Magic the Gathering cards to pump up my modern deck, my modern Merfolk deck with Harbinger of the Seas, Flare of Denial. You want to know where I got these cards from? I got them from FusionGamingOnline.com. If you have to upgrade your Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Commander deck, don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases at checkout. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. The new format is out, Modern Horizons 3. You need to borrow cards, you know where to get them from. You get them from Mana Traders, so you can play them digitally on Magic Online. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_OKM. For great justice. Okay, back to pay to win. So that's for sure. All right. Let's get to everybody's favorite, Majra. Okay, we now get back to the Draken, part 8. The Draken. Draken, part .8. Draken. I can't find it. Was it just part 8? Nope. Oh, Draken. Okay, found it. Oh, you called it part 8 of Draken. That's okay. I figured it out. Sorry, I was sleeping last week. Oh, it's okay. Some of us need a little nap. It's okay. Okay, now we got to start off with the Gemini Draco. It is a red 2 generic 2/2 Flying Dragon Citizen. When Gemini Draco enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red dragon token with flying. When Gemini Draco deals combat damage, proliferate. Oh my goodness. So basically for 4 mana, we have 2 2/2 flyers, and when they deal damage, they proliferate. I'm not going to speak that it is fair, because in my mind, proliferate is fair, but I understand Commander players look at that mechanic a little bit differently. All right, we got the Master Spark Mage, a 3 mana 3/3. Flying Haste and First Strike. That's a lot of keywords. Tap, put a loyalty counter on target permanent. Isn't that only Planeswalkers? So wait, you want to put loyalty counters on like a land? Where is this set gonna go? This is crazy. Okay, with creatures and Planeswalkers you control enter the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter. It's like a weird Hardened Scales card. But for Planeswalkers, the Moonlit Spark Mage. It is a Gruul Black 2/2 Dragon Warlock. -5. Alright, so basically the creatures, they now have loyalty. They've become sentient. But it's basically useless. So it enters the battle with no loyalty. You have to build up the loyalty in order to go to the -5. Flying. 2/2 flyer with more abilities? When Moonlit Spark Mage deals combat damage, put a loyalty counter on it. Honestly, I can't say that's broken. It's basically just a 2/2 flyer with some benefit, like, way down the line. Jess says, in Magic, if your other players are delinquents, you can buy drugs, which inhibits the other players and increases win chances. Oh, fun pay-to-win strategy. Make sure you don't get high on your own supply, though. Do not get high on your own supply. Moonlit Swamp. We tap for a black. Moonlit Swamp enters the battlefield tapped unless you reveal a dragon from your hand. Tapped at a red or green, lose 1 life. Super fair. 1,000,000%. And we got the Night Sign, the Nyctophile's Form. It's a black 1 generic aura. Enchant creature with flash. Sorry, enchant creature, it's got flash, and enchant creature is a cat in addition to its other types. And it has Undying. It says, when Night Sign, Nyctophile's Form enters the battlefield, draw a card if the enchanted creature is a demon or demigod. What the hell is this for? I don't even get it. I understand you guys make these cards for these super specific niche situations. I don't even know why we want to... Is this like a way of... Okay. Here's a battlefield, draw a card if the enchanted creature is a demon or a demigod. So it's like, it sounds like it's anti-demon tech or something like that. Like, very, very narrow. But, wait, enchanted creatures in it as a cat in addition to other types and has undying. I guess you put in your own deck. It is for this specific deck. All right, nice one. Well done. All right, we got some super chats. Thank you very much. Daniel Guimarães with Anna and Friends. Appreciate if you could read a few of them. They're not too complicated, I promise. Well, if you have to front load it like that, I'm so relaxed. I swear they're not complicated. Okay, let's take a good let's look at a good chunk of them. Anna and Friends version 3. Holy smokes, the art on these are great. This is a green. Can I zoom in more? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, we can do it. Okay. Inara Ascended Wolvid is a green, 3/3 wolf avatar. When Inara Ascended Wolvid... What's a Wolvid? Is it like half wolf, half reindeer or something? It's got antlers on its head. When Inara Ascended Wolvid enters the battlefield or attacks, you may search your library for a forest card and put it onto the battlefield, tapped under an opponent's control, then shuffle. Here you go. I am the bringer of lands. I give this land to you. Do with it what you must. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Inara is actually in the game. She's a Wolvid familiar. I still know what a Wolvid is. The Wolvids. Or they just call it the wolf people. Okay, wolf creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of forests you own. Oh, that your opponents control. Well, all we need is Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, and that is, and then it'll be absolutely broken, actually. Yeah, hold on, wait, we could just break this with Yavimaya. Number of forests? It should say basic forests or something. Or even then, I don't know. Probably wolf plus curvid. I don't even know what a curvid is. People who understand this card, there must be like, oh, Nikachu, you're so cringe. You have no idea what a wolvid is? You have to own them. The number of forests you own. Oh! You fixed it. You knew how to make a good card, Daniel. Or you knew how to balance this card. You have to own it. Okay, we got Inara's Packmate. It's a green 1 generic 2/2 wolf. It's got Forest Walk. Whenever Inara's Packmate deals combat damage to a player, you may have target wolf you control fight. Target creature you don't control. That seems odd. So when it deals combat damage to a player, may have target wolf fight target creature you don't control. Oh, I mean, I guess it makes more sense in Commander. So you sneak in for some easy damage and then shoot somebody else's creature. Because the thing is, if you attack like somebody and they don't block, then probably they don't have a creature, or like they're basically dead as it is. Especially since you're only attacking with a 2/2. Not really the biggest of creatures. So I think that is fine. We got Inara's Verdant Expansion. I think you would like this. I think you would like this series, Majra. You like the wolves. I think you're a wolf person. How come wolves have never had Island Walk? Not very good swimmers, in my opinion. Okay, we got Inara Verdant Expansion for 3 mana. It's a sorcery. Search your library for 2 forest cards. Put those cards on the battlefield tapped, each under a different player's control, and then shuffle. Oh, you've got some weird system of like, it's like group hug, but careful because there's a cost. All right, next up, Arrival of the Wolvid Pack. The 6 mana sorcery. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each forest that enter the battlefield this turn, and just keep giving people forests. So this, I think, works with Yavimaya, because any lands that enter the battlefield will make this cost less. Create X 2/2 green wolf creature tokens, where X is the number of forests that enter the battlefield this turn. If X is 3 or more, put an indestructible counter on target wolf you control. I think this, so like Yavimaya Cradle of Growth and Desolation Field? That'll make this really easy to cast. Or maybe not, because you still have to pay the mana. Spending mana, too much mana on the field. I'm late. How many Pedgeman bangers did I miss? You're nice and early. What do we got next? We've got Lure into Her Territory. The green enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a forest card. Put onto the battlefield under an opponent's control. Then shuffle. Draw a card. Pay a green. Gain control of a forest you own. Oh, wow. You give it to them, you take it back? Well, you didn't lend it out to them for too long. Sorry. I need it now. No, I take these back. My forest. Whenever an opponent loses control of a forest you own, destroy target artifact of enchantment that player controls. You know what this sort of reminds me of? It's Ingest, where you like put cards in somebody's graveyard, and then you like put into the you put it into exile, then you have to move it from exile to graveyard, and then you got some benefit. In this case, you're like literally giving them lands, and then I don't know, like taking them back. It's to your benefit to some degree. Very interesting mechanic. Good luck with it. Doesn't work. They create it. They own it. What do you mean? Whenever an opponent loses control of a forest you own, destroy target. Well, they can lose control of a forest you own. I think that's worded properly. The deal is we're gonna give them lands that we own. That's the idea of this card. All right, next up we've got. I'm gonna give. Hold on, let's do a very quick one. Let's give one to Tabashell. Change Bling. Ah, good. Found it. Change Bling. I could turn changelings to every type. Sorry, every artifact type. But that would turn them to vehicles. They can't be crewed. It's like something cute from Monsters, Inc. Okay, Change Bling. It's a blue 1 generic 2/2 shapeshifter with Changeling. Creatures with Changeling are blood, clue, food, map, treasure, artifacts in addition to their other types. They gain their subtypes. Are they that type, or do they get to, like, can I crack it for a life gain if it's a food? Can I explore if it's a map? Can I sack it for mana? Creatures with changelings. So they're not only all creature types, they're all artifact types, effectively. It is a mouthful. Okay, Dimitri asks a question. Is there a rule on people donating specifically for other people's cards and their own cards? Yes, there is a rule now. You only get X number of donations per week, so that the show can end at a reasonable time. Remember, we're doing this every like 2 weeks so that it's not like 3 hours long. 3-hour long shows are insane. They're absolutely insane. Some people like the 3-hour shows, though. I get a lot of comments about the 3 hours. Like, yes, 3 hours. You know, like 1 to 2 hours. That's good for me. At some point, I gotta go eat supper. I have some gold. I'm sitting on some like how do I put this? The custom card show is this infinite money glitch. It doesn't stop. Okay, big super chat from Zark. CHR potions set. A big one for you this time. CHR potions set. Why is it so many? I gotta go back. Okay, whoops. CHR potion set. I gotta go back to this one. You gotta, you know, it's these donations. You gotta break. It's just like your crap when you take a poop in the toilet. You gotta break it off into 2 or 3 pieces, just like Majra does. You know, you gotta piece it out at a time. Okay, we'll look at 5 here. And then we're going to move to someone else. Then I'll see if I can move back to you later. We got Helmos, Father of Alchemy. It's a red, blue, 1 generic, 2/3 human artificer. Affinity for potions. When Helmos, Father of Alchemy, enters the battlefield, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library for a potion, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. Activated abilities of potions you control cost 1 less to activate. What's going on here? So it enters the battlefield. At the beginning of your... Oh, so it enters the battlefield, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you search your library for a potion card. And I guess, okay, so let's look at some potions. What's the potion card? Okay, hold on. We haven't hit potion cards yet. It's a red 1 generic 2/2. It's a kobold and a coward. That is absolutely hilarious. I always thought the kobolds were cowards in the first place. Okay. Sack a potion. The potion-driven hero gains +2/+2 and can block an additional creature this turn. 100% pass. So, okay, maybe this is an easy series to get through. Healing Potion. For 1 mana. Enters the battlefield with 1 potion counter. Remove a potion counter from Healing Potion. Gain 3 life. White 1 generic. Put a potion counter on Healing Potion. Oh, it's all about the counters. So you add counters. It's like a resource. You can use up the resource. All right, pretty cool. It's like a reusable food. Come on, let's go back to this. Is this broken? It's only 2 mana to put something on here. Remove a potion counter from healing. This seems actually a bit insane. This is completely backwards. Sorry, not backwards, but like you can... I think it should say something like at the beginning of your upkeep, you can remove a counter and you gain 3 life. Otherwise, you can just sink a bazillion mana into this thing and you can gain a bazillion life. So 1 mana in play, tap all my mana, tap 8 mana, basically gain like a lot of life. I think this is not balanced enough. Or I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this a balanced card? Yeah, it doesn't tap, or you could say a tap it to gain 3 life. I could get behind that. Something to that effect. It's just this insane mana sink at end of turn. Put a bunch of counters on it, just gain that much life. It basically says pay 2 mana, gain 3 life. To sink a bazillion mana, you need to have a bazillion mana. All right, well, one day I'm gonna have that bazillion mana, Nerida. Sorry, Neridan. I'm gonna have that bazillion mana. So I would say it needs a tap ability. Potion of Clairvoyance. It's a 2 mana potion. Enters the battlefield with 1 potion counter. Remove a potion counter. Look at target player's hand. Draw a card at the beginning of the next upkeep. See, that's broken! Basically sink, again, a bazillion mana into this. Just draw a bazillion cards. Yeah, so it needs... so the only thing that's missing from these cards is just a tap symbol. Like, tap to activate the ability, and I think that'd be totally fine. Otherwise, they're just all broken. So we got oil counters on this one. Remove a potion counter from Midnight Oil. Target creature gains Death Touch until end of turn. You know what's funny? This is the least dangerous, and you gave it the highest tax. You made it cost 5 mana. 5 mana to give Death Touch to creatures, which is like the least of our worries. This one can draw your deck. This one can gain you infinite life. This one only, like, makes your creatures, like, that much more dangerous. But, like, whatever, they're still creatures. They still die to removal. You don't have to block a Death Touch creature. Okay, moving on. Potion of Giant Growth, the 4 mana potion. Enters the battlefield with 2 potion counters. Remove a potion counter. It's a Giant Growth, basically. 4 mana, put a potion counter on Potion of Giant Growth. See that one? So that could be potentially infinite damage. Potentially. I guess that's okay. This one's way more balanced at 4 mana. Liquid Burn. Enters the battlefield with 1 potion counter. Remove a potion counter. Deal 2. Target player takes 2 damage. Oh my goodness. This one might be more fair. It's 2 mana. 3 mana to activate. Like, what was the blue one? 2 mana activate. I don't know, for a blue deck, that's not a big deal. For a red deck, you know, it's a lot of, it's like 3 mana, deal 2 damage. This little one had roast beef. Yeah, this one, I guess the problem with this one is that it's an infinite damage enabler if you have infinite mana. So again, also could be broken. Easily, you can fix these all with a tap ability. Chronomancer's Brew. So a lot of you are brewing these custom cards, and so is the Chronomancer. 5 mana potion, exile Chronomancer's Brew, take an extra turn after this one. This is easily the most fair card here. Or actually, I shouldn't say it's the most fair. It's fine. The other, there's the Kobold Coward is more fair. Nikachu. Remember, the first creature reduced the activated cost of potions by 2. Oh my god! It's broken! Yeah, activated abilities of potions cost 1 less. Making these basically free. Making these all broken. Elixir of Eternal Life. This one's a 6 mana potion. The next time you would lose the game this turn, instead shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw 7 cards. Your life total becomes 10. That one's probably fine. Like, it's a one... Like, this is good. This is a one-shot shabam. And then you're not getting it again. Vial of Chromatic Transformation. 3 mana potion. Enters the battlefield with 3 potion counters. Remove a potion counter from Vial of Chromatic Transformation. Add 1 mana of any color. Pay 1, put a potion counter on Vial. So hold on, remove a potion to add 1 mana of any color. So it filters for infinite. This, I guess this is fine. Can you net mana with this? Maybe there are something, is it infinite mana with Training Grounds? But I think Training Grounds said that, like, the activate ability can't cost less than 1. Are you supposed to play 5 colors for this potion deck? Absolutely, just like a true Slivers player. You gotta go 5 colors. It's 5 or nothing. You've not harnessed the true power of Magic the Gathering until you've played all of it at once. That's the tap to add mana. Oh, finally, the tap ability. Holy moly! It's a party. So the tap thing wasn't broken. Okay, so that one, this is an easy pass. Oh, the rest of these are broken. Okay, they all need the tap ability. They're all absurdly busted. Okay, next up, we've got... Let's take a small super. Let's get a little baby super. Let's give a little love to John Scott. Just donating for the love of the channel. Thanks so much, John Scott. For the love of the channel. Go to the freebie section, that's for sure. Livestream Angel. Is she naked? It's close. It's very close. If you squint hard enough, she might as well be. Okay, is white, 3 generic, 3 for Angel, flying and lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you're healthy, draw a card. The hell does that mean? You're healthy if you're at your starting life total or higher. That is a great mechanic. I love the idea of that mechanic. So if you're healthy, you get some benefit or something like that. It's clothes. Yeah, clothes are clothes. Chat, don't vote for naked? What the hell? What does that mean? The yellow $ is watching you closely. Oh, is it? The art is fine as long as there's no... Yes, that's right. This is not a real card. You guys designed these cards. There's no Wizard of the Coast... It's not getting in the way of your creativity. That is a look at it. You'll look at it. And you'll enjoy it. Trust me, Nikachu is an expert at telling if something is wearing clothes or not. Absolutely. I use myself as an example. Okay, what else to say about this? Anyway, I like the mechanic. I like the stock. Alright, next big super chat. Oh, Daniel, you know, you didn't even need to. I should have done the last 4. Okay, let's go back. We're going back to Inara and Friends. I like your post title. It's so warm and humbling. It was the last 4? Okay, let's go back. We got Likos, the Blind Instinct. Oh, does that mean the dog is blind? Dogs are funny. Some are blind, some are deaf. I feel like that happens more than cats, or at least I've encountered more dogs that are like that than cats. We got the Elder Wolf with Persist. It is a green tap. The ability is green and a tap. Put a +1/+1 counter on Likos Blind Instinct. Other wolves you control gain Forest Walk until end of turn. At the beginning of combat on your turn, for each untapped forest you control, you may have an opponent gain control of it until end of combat. That's so weird. Here, I lend you my forests, but just until end of combat. This is a very, very short trade. Voting naked means for voting for demonetization. Don't worry, the Google AI, they know if something's actually naked on the screen. Usually. I can't speak for always. Likos is a pass. You know what? Likos might be blind, but even Likos can see why Magic the Gathering is such a good game. Okay, we got Verdant Surge. It is a green 2 generic enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent controls a forest you own, choose one or more. Put a +1/+1 counter on target wolf you control. Or add a green for each forest forest you own that the opponent controls. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps in phase's end. This is such a weird card, because you know why? Because you could have just put the lands in play under your own control and just tap them for mana. This is such a roundabout way to get mana in your mana pool. Oh yes, let's give all the opponents our lands, and then we're gonna get the payoff at the same time. So effectively, you need to be ramping harder for your opponents than you are for yourself, and then you play this and you get the mana. I mean, it's fine, but I guess it's the beginning of at the beginning of each upkeep, you get this effect. What a funny card. So the payoff will be there, especially if you can give force to like multiple different opponents. Oh, we got baby. Oh, we got the Wolvid Pup, a green 1 generic 1/1 wolf. Whenever force enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Wolvid Pup. I think that also broken with Yavimaya. We can break that one with the Yavimaya critical growth. Pay a green. I would say if this mechanic came into existence, all the Yavimayas would be bought out. Pay a green, put a +1/+1 counter on the Wolvid Pup. Target opponent gains control of target untapped forest you control. Counter. Target opponent gains control. Target untapped. Why do we have to give them our untapped forests? Like, can't we just give them a tap forest? Like, isn't that good enough? This is like that wretched tree where you have to like sack a bunch of untapped forests to give it power and toughness. I think it's fair enough we give them our tapped forests. It's big enough. I think it's fair. I think that's fair enough. Yeah, they keep it anyway. That's the whole point. That's the idea of this mechanic. You can target the untapped forest, then tap it for mana. Target opponent gains control of target untapped. I think it needs to be untapped at resolution, the way it's worded. I mean, you can give them untapped forests. It's just very, very generous, that's all. And the Wolvid Watcher, the green 2/1 wolf, protection from humans. Whenever Wolvid Watcher blocks a human, Wolvid Watcher gains double strike until end of turn. That'll show that human who's boss. Anyway, nice series. I think Maj would be a fan of this series. Oh, see, Spectral Maniac says, "You're right, Nikachu. Well, a broken clock is right twice a day." I don't even think that's the right saying, but you know, you guys know what I mean. Oh, what do we have here? We have Dimitri. One card? What are you talking about? One card. Okay, Nikachu, the honor bound Merfolk champion. I didn't spell any of this right. This is, oh my goodness, what the hell is this? Okay, all the text box above the card is the current version of the card text due to me noticing mistakes. That's okay. We're gonna make the best out of what we can see here. First off, card is a monstrosity. Is this 40 mana or this 2020 mana? I don't know which one that I'm not sure how I'm supposed to interpret this one. Is this the wrong name? Nikachu, the honor well, what is it? Give me the right name. Come on, it's not too late. I didn't read the whole thing. Yeah, 43. I'm a 43 mana Nikachu. And I'm worth every mana, alright? You need infinite mana. But do you know what? I got infinity for merfolk. What is this? Partner with blue, white, green, and colorless. All partners gain flying. Oh, I got it? Okay, good. Then I got it. Okay, okay, yeah, we're gonna read it. Okay, affinity for merfolk. Well, we're gonna need a lot more merfolk here. Partner with blue, white, green, and colorless. All partners gain flying, first strike, trample, banding, protection from everything, haste, double strike, storm, Bushido 5, death touch, cascade, proliferate, last strike, triple strike, mentor, amass. Merfolk 90, Toxic 0, and Incubate 19. Create an incubation token. Well, this is explaining like all the things. When this creature enters the battlefield, target player may put blue into their hand from their library, then shuffle. Is this an AI generated card? What the hell does blue mean? This creature can't be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, enchanted, or equipped by anything. Haste, double strike, storm, Bushido 5, death touch, cascade, proliferate, last strike, triple strike, mentor, amass, merfolk. How do you know what merfolk 90 and toxic 0? Any creatures with banding and up to 1 without can attack in a band. Oh, it's explaining banding. Okay, you may have a copy of any blue, white, green, and colorless card in the command zone. Okay, hold on. You can have a copy of any blue, white, green, and colorless card in the command zone. Well, this card is your commander. It's got eminence. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, all merfolk gain, holy crap, 6 +3/+3 counters. This effect applies when in the command zone or on the battlefield. That's insane. I just play like a 1-drop, play another land, and my opponent's like very close to dead. I just give +18/+18 to it. You permanents you control have hexproof. Those permanents also have indestructible, and this permanent can't be exiled. All blue merfolk spells you control can be cast for 0 instead of their normal casting cost. This is like literally something my brother would make. My brother's always like, why can't Emrakul cost 0? Why not? Like, it would be so much more fun if it cost 0. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh earlier. Even that's too much for me. Oh, yeah, reading will exhaust you. Half of Yu-Gi-Oh is just reading the cards. The same should be actually true for Magic the Gathering. But anyway, thank you very much for the insanely, outrageously powerful card. More powerful than I could have possibly imagined. Corbinek. Okay, what do you got for us, Corbinek? The World's Exile. Inversion Conversion Machine. The World's Exile. Here it is. I think I found it. That is a very expensive card. You're gonna need to take a mortgage out, and it's gonna take you 30 years to pay it off. It's a black, black, white, white, 9 generic sorcery. This card can only be played from your hand, and only by paying its casting cost. Target player puts their hand and library into their graveyard and then exiles it. Only one player, their life total becomes 1, and they gain poison counters until they have 9? What? Their life total becomes 1, and they gain poison counters until they have 9. So you have to deal the finishing blow? It's basically what I'm interpreting here. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's not as expensive as me. I'm 40, what is it, 43 mana or something like that? Dio Lick Sniper says, so glad it took 3 years for us to read the previous card. Wait, at least it was 3 years, not 5 years. I don't know, I think this is totally fair. I don't think there's anything broken about this at all. By the time you cast this, I think the game is already over. I don't even know if it's the player is going to even feel very bad about losing their hand and going down to 1 life. They might have already been at 5. I guess it's a good way of, like, if someone has infinite life, you could, like, shrink them down back to size. That's the only way I'm looking at this card. So it's gonna have some utility late game for anyone that, like, ran away with the game. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Mr. Bus Driver with the Tobin Hood. Prince of Thieves, Tobin Hood, comma? Can I look up Prince of Thieves? Prince of... Is this on my Discord? Or is it on Reddit? Oh, I found it. Okay, we've got Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It is a Simic 1 generic 3/4 human rogue with reach, forest walk, and hexproof. When this creature attacks and is not blocked, it deals no combat damage. Put a luck counter on it. And then for triple Simic tap, opponent with the least amount of artifacts in play gains control of target artifact with mana value equal to the number of luck counters on Robin Hood. Prince of Thieves from an opponent that controls the most artifacts. Huh? So opponent with the least amount of artifacts in play gains control of target artifact with mana value equal to the number of luck counters. Okay, so I get so many luck counters that I can give somebody an artifact on the battlefield. Cool. Very cool card. Very, very original. And the Robin Hood Forest Walk thing, flavor win. That is a flavor win here. No one knows the forest better than Robin Hood. He's not even an elf, a human being. Next up, we've got Majra. You didn't think it ended at 9, did you? Sorry, you didn't think it ended at 8, did you? It ends at 9. Okay, we got Draken, part 9. That's okay, I can look up part 9. Part 9 of the Draken. Okay, we got a 3-mana enchantment with Flash. When Path the Draken enters the battlefield, choose one. Return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Put 2 loyalty counters on target permanent. Or you can pay a black 2 generic, sacrifice Path the Draken. Draw a card, lose 1 life. Then time travel. Yes. We need more time travel in this game. Majra, please bless us with your holy card creation. Absolutely. Dimitri says, I'm also going to note that I made you 43 mana natural because the 0 cost for Merfolk is intended to only on the battlefield, hence the edit. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. We can make that work. It's an enchantment with I mean, it's... I'm a little fearful if we blink this, but I've seen worse. Playful Spark Mage. It is a 2-mana 2/2. Oh, it's got loyalty abilities. -2. Target opponent discards a card. If the discarded card was a land, create a food token. Flying. Playful Spark Mage enters the battlefield with 2 loyalty counters. Oh, so you can immediately minus it. Target opponent discards a card. If the discarded card was a land, create a food token. 100% fair. Not broken at all. What is the reference to this? It looks pleasant surprise. Green, green, red. For an instant, gain 2 life for each creature you control. Then choose 1. Destroy target artifact, or put a suspend card into their owner's graveyard. Super 100% fair. Put a suspended card into their owner's graveyard. So it's like removal for suspended cards. They actually should have made something like that. Like, I blow up your suspended card. It almost makes too much sense. I guess they didn't want to, like, make the mechanic bad, so they didn't make anything that would, like, hate on suspend cards. That also maybe is some interesting design space, just like the Eldrazi. Taking cards from exile and putting them into the graveyard. Okay, we have Evangelist. Wild's Opera is a red, green, 3/2, Equipment Spirit God. Also +1, put 3 times counters on target creature. Holy moly. That could be broken in this set. -3. Vangelis deals damage to target opponent equal to the number of lands you control. Partner with Mugen Kosuzu. When Vangelis or equipped creature deals damage, create a token copy of a basic land. And it's got reconfigure. This one actually might be broken. 3 times counters on target creature. That's a lot of counters. That's insane. Put 3 time counters on target. Oh, sorry. It's you put 3. You're giving it suspend. Oh, that's completely different. Okay, that's okay. I think we can. That's fine with me. So long, Toads. See you tomorrow. Can it target itself? Probably. Put 3 times. It's not suspend counters. It's time counters. So basically, you could suspend the thing itself. Hold on. Let me read this again. Put 3 time counters on target creature. So, like, couldn't you just perpetually give something suspend? This is... And it's a plus ability! Okay, this is broken. This is awful. This is worse than Oko. It's completely worse than Oko. It's just gonna, like, keep ticking up, ticking up, ticking up, ticking up, and, like, before you know it, like, I would hate playing against this card. Oh, put this in suspend. Put this in suspend. Put this in suspend. No, a thing is suspended only in exile. Okay, hold on. Now, how does it work? Put 3 time counters on target creature. So if you go +1 on a creature... Oh, you mean it already has to be in exile? Time counters do nothing. I think they mean like it was already in exile. Yeah, I understand. I think I understand now. Otherwise, I didn't understand the point of this card. But it does. I mean, you could word it. Put 3 time counters on a creature with suspend already. I think that was the idea of this card. The point is to give vanishing to things, but I don't understand. What's the point of this time counter? Oh, it makes vanishing last longer. Okay. I hope that's fair. I really don't know how to interpret it. I have no idea. Rashna's Disciple. It is a red-black, 1 generic, 3/3 Dragon Rogue Warlock. -2, create a food token. We are very hungry in this multiverse. Flying, the Disciple enters with 4 loyalty counters on it. Well, why does it just say so? It should just have the loyalty 4 at the bottom. Whenever you sacrifice a non-star artifact, create a colorless 0/1 star creature token. Artifact token with flying. Easy pass. Easy pass-a-roonies over here. Holy moly, we got super chats up the wazoo. Oh, we going to Dark Star Shura. We got the Apex Hunter. Visoria. Alright, this Apex Hunter is 5 mana for a 5/5 Elder Werewolf. It's got Devour too. And then, what does Devour? It enters the battlefield. You may sacrifice any number of creatures. That creature enters the battlefield with twice that many +1/+1 counters on it. Visoria Apex Hunter enters the battlefield with a trample counter on it. If it had devoured a creature with trample, the same is true for first strike, double strike, death touch, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, and vigilance. I like it. It reminds me of, it's a weird, this is like Soul Flare, but you have to sacrifice your own creatures in play. I don't know if this is going to be the payoff that you want it. I don't know if this is going to be the payoff you want it to be. You may sacrifice any number of creatures. That's, yeah, those creatures, they're not going to like that news. And then, of course, you, like, buff this thing up. Corbinick had a second card. He paid $5. There was 2 cards? Oh, hold on. What was the card? What was Corbinick's card? I don't even remember. Was it, did we just see it? Sorry about that, Corbinik. Do I have it in here? Corbinik. The inversion conversion machine. Inversion conversion machine. Oh, I think there was no, it wasn't. I think the problem was that they were like posted separately. They should just be in the same post at the same time if they were going to be part of it. That's why I got confused. Okay, the inversion conversion machine. Whatever that means, it is a 3-mana artifact. All instants can only be played whenever its owner could cast a sorcery. And all sorcery spells gain flash. Oh, I thought that was just going to convert. I thought it was going to be... Okay, get this. What if sorceries could be played at instant speed, and instants could be played at sorcery speed? I know I'm quite crazy, aren't I? Sometimes the greatest magic is simply refusing to go with what is considered normal. But this is fine too. All sorcery spells gain flash. Oh, no, that is it. This is the thing. All right, I misread it in the first place. No, this is 100% exactly what I wanted. Yeah. I just described exactly that. Okay, all sorcery spells gain flash. I just got confused by the flash part. That's all. And all instants... I think it's supposed to be worded like instants can only be played at any time a player can cast a sorcery, and also all sorcery spells can be played at instant speed. Slight typo? Nah, it's okay. It's all good. All right, sweet card. I'm surprised they didn't make a card like this. Wizards of the Coast. Sleeping on cards that are obvious around here. Super obvious. We need the conversion machine. Alright, Brawly Shadow. Fervent Cultists. Alright, this is a black 1 generic 2/1 human cleric with squad 2. Pay 0. Sacrifice Fervent Cultist. Well, that's easy enough. When Fervent Cultist is a sacrifice at a black mana. That is some weird ramp. I don't think it's broken, so I think it's a pass. It is some interesting ramp for black. Just 2 mana, and then like on the next turn you can sacrifice this and you get a benefit out of it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Fabricio says it happens so much with activated abilities nowadays that I kind of hope they would keyword only as a sorcery somehow. Yeah, that's right. Sorcery speed. That's exactly what we need around here. I don't like how they're templating cards these days. I don't even know what a card does anymore when I just read it. You can sack it to other stuff and still get the mana. Absolutely. Whenever it's sacrificed for any reason whatsoever. Okay, next up. Let's take one from Islarf. I port Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. It's the final countdown. The final countdown. Blue 1 generic sorcery. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of each end step, put a time counter on this emblem. Then, if there are 20 or more time counters on this emblem, you win the game! This ability can be copied or countered and triggers only once each turn, but it did say we can proliferate this thing. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of your end step. Yep, okay, we're just trying to proliferate to victory. You can manipulate any counters anywhere you want. Okay, neat card. And I hope it's not broken. Okay, next up, we've got Dark Star Ashura with Batchus, the Bling King. Wugurk for generic for a 4/4 God Noble. Eminence! As long as Butchus blinking is in the command zone or on the battlefield, other foil spells you cast cost 5 less to cast? This is broken! So like it's what, the card needs to be foil? Are you trying to buff up foils around here? Yeah, the foil players are like, yes! Finally a benefits for going foil. Flying protection from non-foil. This creature yes! Protection from non-foil. This creature can't be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, chatted, or equipped by anything non-foil. Batch's Bling King gets +1/+1 for each foil permanent you control. What a hilarious. This is a funny unset card. I mean, it's silver bordered, so you prepared us properly. 10 out of 10. Well, Fabrizio says literal pay to win. Not anymore. Like these days, foil cards are like as much money as paper cards, sometimes less. There's like a stigma against foil cards now. Like they're super curled, they're hard to maintain, hard to shuffle because some are curled, some are not. They mark your deck in tournaments. They used to, like a long time ago, foils used to be a clear, like double the cost of a paper card. Now it's like nothing. Now it's like even money, in my opinion. Sometimes you could save money going foil. Just wait until the secret lair version of this card. Now we're talking. Yeah. The secret lair. I love the idea of that. Brawley, the fervent cultist. Oh, I did this one. Sorry about that. Shock Troopers. Shock Troopers. Shock Trooper. Some think this is broken. Is there supposed to be a space? I can't find. Okay, I'm an idiot. I can only see out of one eye as I'm turning my head one way. Shock Troopers! The red 1/1 human soldier. Again with squad. You're really feeling out for squad today. When Shock Trooper enters, it deals 1 damage to any target. So for a lot of mana, I think this is fine. It's like, if you have a lot of mana, it's like a Super Bowmasters. 1 damage to any target for 1 mana. How much would I hate this card? I would hate this card. Like, I hate Bowmasters as it is. But, it's like... You know what? It doesn't punish my draws, so it's A-okay with me, that's for sure. Arcana says, now I want to make a card that does that, but is like originals only and give it protection from any card that is a reprint. Oh, God. You must own the original volcanic island from Alpha and has protection from Wasteland of the future. But by the way, the words exile makes your opponents put their libraries into the grave, so pretty sure they die to mill. Okay, interesting. Anyway, I like Shock Troopers. Cool card. Next up, Corbinek. Inciting violence. This is a red enchantment. All creatures that enter the battlefield lose defender and gain haste until end of turn. All creatures must attack each turn if able. You must attack. You will do it. You must fight for what you believe in. Purpose! What is purpose? But the mindless actions of those around you doing everything for no reason at all. Like that flavor text. What a good one. Surefire Selves. The Limbed Holt Tavern Keepers. Come and get some food. Let's go get some food around here. 4 mana for a 3/4 Bard, Human Bard. Whenever you attack, you may exert an attacking creature you control. If you do, create a food token. Food tokens you control have pay 2, tap, sack this artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Then you draw a card for, and then you gain 4 life. Because What's wrong with gaining 4 life around here? Winslow, fetch me the carrots. So whenever you attack, you may exert an attacking creature. This plus that card that would create a treasure, food, and clue at the same time would just be bonkers. Food tokens you control have pay 2, tap, sack it, so we can add counter. So basically what we're doing is it makes food, but it makes the food more versatile. It can put counters on it, and you also draw cards apparently. So we're trying to make, you know, food is also quite fair as it is. I wouldn't say it's pushed or anything. It's okay. Don't know why we have to push it, but all right, this is an interesting take on it. Next up, let's take one from Surefire Selves, the Rising Flux Generator. Red, red, blue, blue. 3 generic. For a legendary artifact, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get an energy. Oh, goodness. This sounds like a storm combo of some sort. Each instant and sorcery spell you cast costs 1 less for each spell you've cast this turn. That's getting more broken. Each instant. So basically, they get like almost a free. The cracking and spark of each burst of electricity whirs through the chasm like thunder. That's what it does around here. But it's at the same time it's 7 mana, so I'm just praying that it's fair. There's a lot of storm cards that are like, it's 1 billion mana, and if you can win with it, good, congratulations. With no reduction cost, or with no cost reduction or anything. Well, not naturally to the card, but like it will for instants and sorcery spells. It's got to be done this turn. What does that even mean, this turn? Each instant or sorcery spell you cast costs 1 less for each spell you've cast. Oh, I see. Yeah, for this turn. So it's just counting every single spell that you played that turn. Next up. Coffee and Buns, the Plague Caller Behemoth. This is a black, 4 generic 5/5 rat zombie horror. Now, when it enters the battlefield, return up to 3 target creature cards. The total converted mana cost 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. The rats are back. You can never get rid of a rat. You gotta get rid of the queen. I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, Remnant. For 6 mana, you may cast this card from your graveyard for its Remnant cost. If you do, exile it when it enters the battlefield. I don't know about the rest of you. I mean, I've never had rats, but I have had mice before, and it's just unnerving for me to live with mice. Especially if you see mouse poop everywhere. Like, they could be anywhere. They could be in your bed. Oh, it's just psychologically, like, backbreaking for me. Cool card. We got Brawly Shadow with the fungal overgrowth. Oh, it's cute? Oh, it's very cute. The green 1/1 fungus, again with squad 1. That's it. So we can just basically, for as much mana as we have, we can make a bunch of tokens. This is like effectively the greatest token generator in the game. Because what makes a token generator like somewhat fair is you basically pay 1 mana for a 1/1. This is literally as many 1/1s as you have mana on the battlefield. So it's either broken or it's fair. I mean, I don't want to say it's broken, that's for sure. I don't want to say it's broken. I think it's okay. Who are we going to take now from... We're going to give to Corbinik. To Outshout. Last card of the night. They always say it's the last card. I hear that so many times every single stream. So we have a red axe instant. Return a spell. Uh-oh, hold on. just need to add more music to the show, or it's gonna give the outro song. Okay, we're prepared. Shout. Just shout out into the void, just like Twitter. You know, who knows who's reading your stuff. Return a spell on the stack to its owner's hand that costs X. Target creature on the battlefield gains haste until end of turn. Nope, not today. I don't understand the flavor. So we bounce a spell back, and then we give one of our creatures haste. I think this would work so much better if you're helping someone else do this. Otherwise, like, I have no idea. Like, if you're casting something, your opponent plays a counter spell. It's not like you can give the creature that you're casting haste while it's on the stack, so it definitely won't work for you, but it'll definitely work for somebody else. Shouting over your opponent's spells. Oh, that's a flavor win right there. It might even go well with the, what's it called? The gaslighter. Shouting and gaslighting. Combination known as to the end of time. Next we got Brawly Shadow's Constructed Legionnaire. We have a 3-mana artifact with, of course, a squad, but this one's a 0/0. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Wow! I mean, so this is actually a synergy with squad. The more squad creatures, the better this creature is. It's like a construct token, effectively. It's a construct. It looks at, and it is a construct creature. So flavor on point. Brawly Shadow knows how is a huge flavor win. A flavor artist, I should say. Think it's busted? I think it's okay. So it's like, what? It's 3 mana, and then for 2 more mana, you keep making artifact creatures. Like, how much mana do you have? It's a good card. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, it's good value, and it's a great mana sink later in the game. Christopher B says, no, there was also a squad card in Lord of the Rings Commander. Weird. Sauron calling up their squad. Or, what's his name? Saruman also calling up their squad. Let's go, boys. Okay, Brawly Shadow. Replicating Mirror. The Replicating Mirror? Copy themselves. They replicate asexually. Okay, it's a 2-mana 1/1. Replicate for 2. Also add a mana. This card is good. This is the best mirror I've ever seen in my life. Well, the other mirrors suck. Except for maybe Mirror Battlesphere and maybe that one Mirror Commander. I'll tell you why this card is good. So most of the mirrors, I think all the mirrors, they cost 3 mana for a mana dork. They're so bad. They're like the worst mana dorks in the game. Like, no one even plays 3-mana mana dorks, and like all the mirrors are 3-mana mana dorks. It's terrible. Now this one at least is like, you know, Mind Stone level of playable. And you have Replicate too, so you can like have a billion of them. So it's literally, it's at least the third best mirror in the game. I'm sorry, mirror players. I'm sorry, but you're working with a bunch of trash out there. There's no love for mirrors, apparently, from Wizards R&D. They should show you a little bit more love than the Mirror Battlesphere. Arcanus Ultra with Zizix, whatever. Zizix, the Explorer. It's a disgusting alien. Okay, but it's 9 mana for 3/6 Alien Horror Pilot. When Zizix enters the battlefield, if you cast from your hand, create a 13/13 colorless vehicle artifact token named V374 Flying Indestructible and Crew Alien 3. As long as you control a 3/7/4. ZZ6 has hexproof and indestructible. And it's a 3/6 creature. And this is the vehicle. It's a token artifact. It's a 13/13. What is this, Emrakul? Sort of looks like Emrakul. Probably rescued from the moon and now has enslaved the shuttle. Crew Alien 3. And it's got flying and indestructible. Neat. Okay, next up. Surefire sells MTG with the Merchant Docks. Merchant Docks, we have a legendary land. Tap to add a blue to your mana pool. I probably would love to have this in one of my blue decks because it's got a million abilities on it. We got blue 2 generic, choose one. Target opponent gains control of Merchant Docks. Activate only once each turn. Why would I want to do that? What's it with all the cards? We're giving it to our opponents. Choose one. Okay, target opponent gains control of Merchant Docks. Or create a choice of clue, food, or treasure. That's great. Draw a card. That's insane. And then create a 2/2 citizen creature token. That's all colors. Also probably really good. Just for three. I think this card's broken. This card is insane. I would love to have this card. I also would not love for control to have this card. The control players with all their mana activating to make stupid citizens at end of turn. This is literally just a win condition by itself. A win condition all by itself. No, I would not print that. I would shred it. Okay, Brawly Shadow. Invasive changelings. Oh my god, that art is a banger. Okay, and it's got a cool name. It's a blue 3 generic 3/3 shapeshifter. Also with Replicate 2. Changeling. This card is every creature type. You may have Invasive Changeling enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield except as Changeling. That makes so much sense. You know what? I never thought about it. All clones should have Changeling. Like, can't they just morph into anything? Doesn't that make sense? They're like Ditto, for crying out loud. Yeah, Super Poggers on art. I love it. Right, only once, then it's fair. Cool. Next up is Mr. Bus Driver with Arkelos, the River God. Seven mana for a 5/8 god with indestructible and hexproof. When Arkelos, the River God, enters the battlefield, create X blue 2/1 Siren tokens, where X is equal to your devotion to blue. What's a devotion card? It's indestructible and it's hexproof. Sirens you control get +1/+1 and have lure. Ooh. Finally, some love for the Siren decks. It's like the I don't know, the dark merfolk in some sense. The evil merfolk. They lure you to your death. But boy, are they gorgeous. Cool card. Definitely fair. Alright, Surefire selves. The Lost Dreadnought. How do you lose your Dreadnought? Five mana. I guess if I was at the bottom of the sea. Hanging out there with the Titanic and the Ocean Gate? Yeah, Ocean Gate. Submersible. Hanging out with them. Trample, Hexproof, Island Walk. The Lost Dreadnought enters the battlefield with 3 repair counters on it. As long as the Lost Dreadnought has repair counters on it, it can't be crewed. Now, pay to remove a repair counter from the Lost Dreadnought. Activate only once each turn. I don't understand the... Oh, it's because Trample, Hexproof, and Island Walk. Okay, so it's got... Isn't this like Exert? Almost in a way? Yeah, this is... like it's something like that. Like, you know, you attack. It has the repair counters. Oh, you can only it's like, oh, maybe it's more like Dark Depths. Arcanus is like, this is unplayable. I don't know if it's that unplayable. Okay, it's 5 mana. It does, okay, so it does nothing when it enters the battlefield. It needs to be repaired. Look, this is a handyman special. Can't be crewed so long as yeah, this is pretty bad. Okay, well, it's definitely a pass. It's I think it's very hard to get online. So you sink 5 mana to this thing. You have to sink another 6 mana over the next 3 turns. And all you get is Trample, an Island Walk, and Hexproof. I mean, I guess it'll still be there in the next 3 turns, as long as the game is still going on at that time. Darkstar Ashura with Palladium, Abyssal, Empyrean. Okay, we got a 7 mana, 4/6 flying trampler. Players can't win or lose the game. Oh, we've made another Platinum Angel, have we? In the form of a 4/6 trampler, so at least now we're not going to get... I don't know what this dodge is, to be honest. Still dies to everything. Anything the Platinum Angel died to, this thing will equally meet the same fate. But it's totally fair. Surefire Self's like, honestly, I'm fine making bad cards compared to extra broken ones. You know what? That's fine. You know what? It's a change of pace. It's a breath of fresh air, Surefire Selves. Everyone else is making broken stuff. And some people make nonsensical stuff. It's all good. It's all part of the show. Steve Cooper with the 4 donations. So we're gonna donate 4 to. Let's find. Can we find a Pedgeman? Okay, I'm gonna close. We'll take 2 from Discord. Boop. And look at that. It ended up on a Pedgeman card. What a surprise! Pedgeman loves donating to the custom card show. Go for the Heart. It's a Rakdos Vampire Kindred instant. Go for the Heart deals 4 damage to our creature Planeswalker for 2 mana. If you control a legendary vampire, Go for the Heart has Death Touch and Lifelink. And then if a permanent dealt damage by Go for the Heart this turn is sent to the graveyard, create a blood token. I think it makes so much more... Pedgeman's got this right. If something dies, you should get some... It's like when a creature blows up in a video game and they leave a bunch of stuff. This should be like that for Magic the Gathering. You kill the creature, you get a blood token out of it. Or a food token. That sounds like a good rule 0. Whatever you kill, whatever the creature you kill, you get a food token out of it. So if you like board wipe for like against 10 creatures, you get 10 food tokens. Okay, next donation. Here, let's close my eyes, and we're gonna end up on Hikari, the Wizard of the Numeron. It is a Bant 1/7 human wizard with Defender and First Strike. Tap, choose target permanent, then roll a d6. If you roll a 1 or a 6, destroy that permanent. Otherwise, just roll Wizard of Numeron. Oh God. Is this a Yu-Gi-Oh thing? I know there's something called the Numeron Network. Defender, First Strike, choose target permanent, then roll a d6. Numeron Network! Ha! It's 6 again, you goose. If you otherwise destroy... I don't get it. We're just choosing target permanent. It doesn't actually do anything even if we win. It's your card, Zach? Well, it's your card. I don't get it. Defender, First Strike, choose target permanent, then roll a d6. If you roll... Oh, I see. If you roll 1 or 6, destroy that permanent. Otherwise, destroy... So it's a bit of a gamble. 1 out of 3 times... we win. 2 out of 3 times we lose. Holy moly. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, I'll go to the freebie section here. The public freebie section. Ooh, why? The Monastery Master. 6 mana for a 5/5 human monk with prowess. Now, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a Monastery Mentor token. Oh my goodness! This is like Scoot Swarm all over again. This is terrible. Oh, it danger. I don't care if it's 6. It danger. This thing's crazy. So it's a white 2 generic 2/2 human monk creature with prowess, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you create a 1/1 white monk creature token with prowess. No, I don't even want to play with this card. Okay, so the first time you trigger it, you get just the Monastery Mentor. Second time you play an instant, you're gonna make a Monastery Mentor, and plus you're gonna make it 1 token, and then you cast another spell. You're gonna get 2 Monastery Mentors. 2 tokens? Oh, anyway, it doesn't take very long till I completely screw this up. Totally, it seems like an absolute nightmare. I'm gonna disqualify it just for like being hard to figure out how it resolves. And the Heavy Blade. 3 mana equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has equip tap. Attached to a creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. Seems very underwhelming. I don't know, I just think it's underwhelming. Now, I understand the equip cost is not very expensive. It's literally free. You just tap it. But outside of that, I don't think it's insane. Okay, Winter Fox. Oof! I was really busy this week and today. Missed so much. May as well donate 5 free cards as a yellow. Thanks so much, Winter Fox. Let's take 2 more from here. And we've landed on... Come on. We landed on the last week. Yeah, this is a Pedgeman card. Declaration of Intent. It is a Rakdos, 1 generic vampire, and the additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice 1 or more blood. I'm assuming blood tokens. When you do, copy the spell for each blood sacrifice this way. Declaration of Intent deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. Let's get another one. You're at completely random. Oh, I didn't move. It's another Pedgeman one. Is there someone other than Pedgeman? There we go. I was like looking for a non-Pedgeman one. We got Sokai 1 with Jirachi Wish Maker. This is a 4 mana 1/3 with flying and phasing. Extort. At the beginning of Extort. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, reveal the top of your library. That player may pay life equal to the revealed card's mana value. If they do, they cast without paying its mana cost as though it had flash. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. If the opponent paid life this way, you gain that much life. Fairy? I think it could be a fairy. Wait, it's supposed to be an avatar or something? Jirachi having Extort is really funny to me. Is this not... like, this is a Nintendo thing, right? Like Mario Galaxy, something to that effect? Fairy is the British spelling. British? Bloody hell. You spell it... Americans... Okay, I'm not even gonna try. I tried for a second. It was starting to deal... I can do bloody well. Bloody hell. My fake English accent. Oh, it's a Pokemon? I swear this star-looking thing is from Mario. Oh, I must be thinking of Smash Brothers. And there's like a princess in Smash Brothers, and I guess that's from Pokemon. Okay, that's probably... Jirachi is a fairy-type Pokemon. There's some woman that you can play in Smash Brothers, and I just don't remember. I don't remember the character. Or was it maybe it was Mario Kart? One of those. Luna. There we go. That's a Luna from Mario. Yeah. Okay. So this is a Pokemon. This is a Luna. Okay. So I'm not crazy. I think it was Rosalina. Yeah, Rosalina and Luna. You people know your Nintendo. I don't know my Nintendo lore as much as the games that I play, but all right. Okay, let's go to the main channel. By main, I mean the super public one. Cruella de Vil. Oh, is this a Brawly Shadow card? It is not. Someone infringing on Brawly Shadow's Disney territory. We got black, white, 1/3 human. Whenever a dog you control dies, you get a fur counter. Oh my god. It's so evil. If you would have 101 or more fur counters, you win the... You killed 100 dogs? It's unbelievable. This is such a cruel card. This is specifically for like the dog metagame or something. And then for 3 mana, create 2/1 white and black dog creature tokens. We're creating our own dogs and we are like shooting them in the back of the shed or something. What is going on here? Yeah, it's 101 Dalmatians. That is so evil. Yeah, so we make some dogs. Okay, let's kill them. Kill them dogs. For them fur, the delicious fur. I guess, I mean, you might as well consider it a farm, I guess. Nothing wrong with a farm. Okay, we got Galand. The Null Gavad, returning hero of Thraben. You could have like a returning easier name to pronounce. 101 dog sweaters. Okay, we have a legendary Spirit Knight. It's a 3/3. Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. It's got Commander Suspend 2. So rather than casting from the command zone, just pay a white. And it's cast with Suspend. Easy pass. Not the most broken thing I've ever seen. Is this like fixed Gemstone Caverns or something? Looks like Gemstone. The art is Gemstone Caverns like. Uglilia. Den of Kozilek. Legendary land. Each land has tap, add a colorless. Oh, it's just Yavimaya Coast for colorless. All right, that's also a pass. But the show is not over yet because we got Dark Starsher with the Merfolk Fishermen. What are they fishing for? Their own kind? 4 mana for a 4/4 Merfolk. Merfolk cards in your hand have Island Cycling. Blue. That is so expensive. Discard this card to search your library for an island card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And whenever you discard a card, scry 1, then draw a card. Okay, now that I can get behind. That sounds insane. And then other Merfolk you control get +1/+1. All right, so it even buffs up my creatures. You know what that is? Card is A-OK by me. And that's it for today. Thanks so much for being part of the show today, everybody. I really appreciate it. Now remember, this Friday, because I do have a tournament to go to in St. Louis. This Friday, what's it called? Let me get the dates. June 21st. The show is going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock, so get up early. Now, what that also means is I'm flying back in on Monday. I won't be able to make it in for the regular time on Monday. So on Monday, it will be at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we're going to have an early show on Friday, late show on Monday. You don't want to miss the Monday show. That's the AI-generated show. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show, or Super Chat so other people can be part of the show. And thank you so much, Coffee Crew, for being here today. Thank you so much for contributing. Also, Winter Fox, Mean Bruley, Steve Cooper, Pedgeman, Brawley Shadow, Dimitri, Majra, Bell. Oh, you've been here the entire time, Bell. Old Boy, Zach. We got The Dam Draws, Arcanus Ultra. We got Jess, Pedgeman. Thanks so much, everyone. So as usual, my Coffee Crew, you keep brewing up them coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.